Okay, so tell us, there's a requirement for community service,
Yeah,
right?
there's a requirement at the school.
But then you also do some service just on your own that you like to do.
Like,
tell us whatever you want about it.
About
both, I mean.
After the earthquake, like I was staying at home, but I was really bored. I also wanted to do something, so I communicated with a friend through Facebook, and he told me he was working at a hospital called Communauté Haïtienne. So I got into contact with him, and we went there. We interpreted for the doctors. We transported people from the resting room, the post-op, and yeah, that was mainly it.
What types of things did you see there?
Well, it was mostly people like with amputated legs, amputated arms. Some people had broken arms, broken legs. But even so, like as this child, even though her legs was amputated and she was into crutches, she was smiling, and it's like sometimes I finally understand doctors when they said the smile on the face is sometimes really rewarding. I didn't really think it would be that much, but it was. But even so, the thing is that it's really tough. You want to help those people, but it's that there's so many and you can't. So sometimes you have to tell them no, please stop, it's just really hard. Like one of the ladies, when days we're working, her heart stopped beating, so she got into a code 2 and they tried to resuscitate her, and then she got back to life. She was in the resting room under intensive care, but then she died again, and we had to find a way to dispose of put the body away, and we didn't know how to. One of the ladies, Christelle, that was in charge of the resting room, she's like, "You guys, can you figure out a way?" Until it's just after a while, a group of men came in and they took the body. We don't know what happened to it. We don't know if the family got it, or is that there's so many that you have to.
And this was right after.
So
yes.
you actually had to deal with seeing people who were already dead.
Yes, like especially the day after the earthquake, as my mother and I, we drove down to see what's happening, and there were just corpses everywhere. It was just really horrible. I didn't think it was that bad because at my house nothing really happened. We did feel the earthquake, but when we went downtown, Delma, those areas, it was just horrible. Like buildings were just down, collapsed, and everything.
Yeah, and so you just put yourself right in the middle of it at the hospital.
Yes.
How did that make you feel about the healthcare profession and whether you would want a career in that?
But when I was looking at it, because my mom works at Fonkweze and doctors and Fonkweze.
Wait, tell them what Fonkweze is. They don't.
Oh, Fonkweze is a microfinance institution that they give little loans to Timashans around the countries.
Timashans? They won't know what those are?
Around the provinces, and after that, I was mainly looking. I'm like, a doctor is cool, but I don't think I'm set up to be a doctor. I'd most like to go my Fonkweze field, the field where I know like an NGO where I can help and support people, or can donate money or make things go in. So I was like, I can translate. I know I can interpret for the doctors right now, but when I get older and after a bachelor degree or maybe master's degree, come back to Haiti and work in that area of maybe Fonkweze, a non-profitable organization, something like that to help the country.
Why is it important to you to come back to Haiti? A lot of your colleagues at schools are going to the U.S. and they're just going to stay there.
I don't know. Like I just feel sometimes in a way I'm kind of connected to Haiti, and especially I'm Haitian, so I feel like I want to contribute to my country, make them move forward. Like Haiti is like really corrupted and stuff like that. Sometimes you want someone to move forward in life. Like some people, they work hard, but because of all the corruption, they can't move forward. So sometimes I just want to help people, make them, because sometimes like you work hard and you see like with the reward that you're supposed to get isn't it, and sometimes the person just get hearts broken, and because of that they end up becoming thieves and doing bad things around the country. So I just want to help make life for them easier so they can do the right choices.
When you look at Haiti's future, do you feel optimistic or pessimistic?
I feel both in a way, because I have this thing in mind that you can't really predict what people would do, because people could change all of a sudden. Haiti could just change all of a sudden, because as you can see, after the earthquake happened, everybody was screaming Jesus and everything like that. but also it could just be because an earthquake happened. They're all under the shock and they need, like, I don't know, spiritual relief. I was thinking about that. Maybe 2-3 months later, are they really gonna be doing the same thing? So I don't know if they're gonna be back in their old ways. If they're excited, I believe some might go back to their old ways and some might continue. That's why I don't really have an answer for that. Like, if I'm optimistic or pessimistic.
Maybe some people will and some won't.
Yeah,
Can
some
you wait
won't.
and see?
Yes.
I'm gonna stop this and come back to service.